What is going on, YouTubers? Jay here from Maji and Jay. Today, very excited here with my first smart padlock that I got directly from Amazon via the Prime service. This thing is only $45.99 and is made by a company called Uervoton. This is their second generation. And from what I read, guys, on the first generation, there was a big flaw with it had to do something with security. You could easily take it apart with just a screwdriver. So now with the second generation, they have fixed all of these problems, and the price, guys, is really good considering how well this thing works and how easy it is to set up. So I got here the black color version. It comes with a 150 milliamp battery. Again, it has a fingerprint scanner. It has a little motor inside that makes the mechanical system work and whatnot. So again, very cool little unit here. So here we have the product. It didn't come very well presented, to be honest with you guys. It came with this generic looking box, and it doesn't come very well protected, as you can see. So that was a little bit disappointing, but it is always common on generic products from China. So here we have the padlock itself. Inside, we're going to find the USB cable for charging purposes, and by the way, this is the micro USB, as you guys can see right here. And then underneath this foam, we have the manuals, and this is very important, guys, that you read them, because they come with a lot of great information, including some QR codes for the application and whatnot. But the process is super easy, so don't worry, nothing dramatic here. Then we have a little thank you card, and I guess this is the manufacturer. Here it says Uervoton, and then it says Uervoton over here, so I'm kind of confused. And I also have some stickers on here. This is it, and this is a security QR code, so you can activate it on your application with your smartphone. Without this, you guys won't be able to do it unless you have the code or you pair with it directly via Bluetooth. That's the only way that you can get it to work, but I would recommend to keep this around as it is a lot easier. Alright guys, so here we have now the padlock all set up and ready to go, and on the front we have the fingerprint scanner together with the 7mm shackle on top, and this is the unibody construction that I was talking about before. You guys can see that there's no visible screws like we saw on the previous generation, so this time they have done a much better job in my opinion. We do have some gap fillers in here. I'm not sure exactly what this is, so maybe on a separate video I'm gonna maybe try to open it and see if this thing can be easily hacked in 30 seconds like we saw on the previous generation. But so far, guys, it looks very promising. On the bottom side here, we have the USB port, which is the micro kind for charging purposes, like I mentioned before. And internally is where we have that 150 milliamp battery that I also mentioned. By the way, according to the manufacturer, if you guys unlock this thing 30 times a day, the battery should last you about 40 days, which is really impressive. So here, first I want to show you the padlock unlocking with my fingerprint. Sometimes it takes a few tries. So in this case, it took about 3 tries. Let's go ahead and try that again. There we go. Now it works perfectly well. Let's try my other thumb. And it does work right off the bat. So when you click it, it feels very nice and solid in there. It doesn't feel like you can just pull it off easily. Keep in mind, guys, that this is not intended for high security. This is only for low security. In my case, I'm using it for a parcel locker at my job so that I can keep my rain gear in there. I can keep maybe my lunchbox until I go away and things of that nature. This is not intended for high security stuff. It can easily be cut because we only have a 7mm shackle, so don't think this is going to be, you know, something incredible. What I think is incredible is the fact that it is IP65 certified, so that means that it can sustain rain and some humidity and whatnot. So that's really nice. And also, guys, it comes again with this application. And by the way, this is the price again. This is the name of the product. So far it has some good reviews on here. But you need to download this application, or actually when you scan the QR code on the manuals, it's going to prompt you to this. It's called Nuke Lock. And once you open it, guys, you're going to find that it's very easy to set up. At first, you're not going to see this. This is my current setup for this particular unit. But at first, you must click here on the padlock icon. So when you click on it, it'll prompt you here to the camera so that it can read the QR code that I show you guys inside of the box. And once you do so, now you can go ahead and start programming it. It's really easy. You need to also register it. In this case, you have to use your email, because if you try to use your cell phone, that's only going to work for China. So if you guys are not in China or you have a Chinese phone number, it is not going to work. You have to use your email. They're going to send a code to you, and that's how you can activate the account. Once you do all that, it's going to ask you to enter a name for your lock. In this case, I called it my lock, and now everything is properly set up. So all you have to do is click on here and you will get prompted to these icons. And as you guys can tell right now, we are disconnected. To get it connected is super easy. All you need to do is hold and press it for about 3 seconds, and now it says connected. Now the coolest part about this app, guys, is that not only does it give you the percentage of the battery, but also if you click on here, it'll unlock it for you. So you don't need the thumb or your fingerprint to unlock it. It is that easy. So to me, that's quite impressive for a $45 padlock. You guys can see that it works almost every time. And also another cool feature is that it gives you the usage records. So it tells you when it was open, and it gives you the time and date as well, which again, I think is pretty cool. Now to add a fingerprint is very easy. All you need to do is click on this icon that says fingerprint setting. And now you're going to register a fingerprint. In this case, I have 3. I set up this index finger, which is the right one. And now it went through. I'm not sure if you guys can see that here on my smartphone, but it went through, and there we go. It has successfully registered. So now what I'm going to do here is also test fingers that I haven't done. And you guys can see that it won't allow it. But now if I do the index, it is working great. Okay, even the new one that I just set up, and it works almost instant. It's about 1 second unlocking, and it's working all the time. I mean, I get very little failures on here. So again, I think it's a very cool little unit if you guys are going to use it for low security purposes. Again, if you guys need something a little bit safer, then go with a different brand or something that is a little bit tougher than this. But so far, I gotta say I am impressed, and maybe on a separate video, I'll try to hack it and see if I can. But so far, it looks very promising. With this being said, let me know what you guys think on the comment section below. Don't forget to like this video, subscribe for more. Thank you for watching, and I'll see you guys on my next one.